actually, Legends did not make any adjustments with what was happening around us in our area. We were aware of the updates that were coming through and all the changes that were happening around us. We went ahead and we looked at making adjustments, but our adjustments were small, and we actually maintained our mask mandate.
Oh, so you have continued on with the mask. There's no, you're requiring masks for everybody, right?
Yeah, so all around us, even our nearest competitor had just recently lifted some of their mask requirements or made adjustments to their protocols. And we were in the process of discussing that, but our nation actually stepped in and made it very clear to us that they were going to follow the mandate of our tribe, and that we were to follow the mandate of our tribe. And so we did make some recommendations. We did have some really good discussions, but at the end of the day, we did support the tribe's decision to stay with the mask mandate. We also supporting the tribe in their efforts to get people vaccinated. So in our area in Washington, we did see a bit of an uptick in the COVID cases at our property. We've been fortunate enough. We've had a few minor exposure notifications, but nothing that has concerned us at this point. But we still are maintaining our protocols.
Yeah, and it seems like the nations are also concerned about, their employees and their people and their tribe, right? They don't want this to be spreading beyond, what should happen, correct?
Yes. So our tribe has been working with our community, also working with the various entities. We are heavily tribal employed in regards to Legends employment, but regardless, our tribe has taken a stance to protect all of our employees, and they've done a great job in leading us. Being good neighbors to our community. We've also heard a lot of feedback from our customers that are preferring us to stay non-smoking. All of those things that are contributing to what's happening around us. We're just kind of hanging tight. We want to make sure that it's a good, solid decision before we move forward in adjustments. We do want to look at our protocols. We're still fogging our entire facility daily. So again, it's a good decision, and I think that we're going to stick with it for now, and I think it's probably the best thing we can do.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing decision because of the fact that a lot of the people are not requiring masks. That they've removed the mask mandates in other states, but I think it goes back to the safety of everybody, not just the nation, but everybody. Correct?
Yeah, and we get flack. People want, we all want to go back to a normal life. We all want to go back and breathe again without the mask restriction. We all want that, and I think we're almost there. And with this setback, hopefully we'll bounce back and we'll be able to move in the right direction. But I think the importance again to make sure it's the right time and the right decision is not always the decision everybody wants to hear. But I'm very happy with the decision. I want to make some changes, and I'm hoping they'll come soon. But at this time, we're just gonna hang tight.
Great. That's great stuff. And again, our industry, safest industry to have fun in. Everybody's like hunkering down. It's a very excellent decision, and we'll see what happens coming up. Have you seen any change in your customer flow?
We are looking at we've seen an increase of customers returning back to the casino. We again, the players growing. The normal. Your normal crowd is returning, but you're also developing new players. So I think we have seen a steady flow. Has it increased? No, I wouldn't say it's increased, but we've been creative in our promotions. We've laid out our entire next year. We're reviewing that during our budget process. So we're making adjustments where needed, and we're adjusting when needed. So when you make decisions, and you have to stay fluid in that, and I think we've done a good job at doing that.
That's fantastic. Tell me a little bit about hiring. Are you still having issues with the frontline staff in terms of getting new people in?
Yeah, I think like everybody else, I just came back from a great conference, and we talked about it as an industry, what was happening to everybody around us from all over the place. And I can say that we're seeing what everybody else is seeing, and we're having a hard time. We did fortunately have a good job fair. We had a one-day job fair that we invited people in and apply, and we interviewed, and we actually ended up hiring. We had a great turnout in that first run. So I think just getting notice out. We've done a lot more. We've done a lot more advertising in regards to our job openings. We've tried to emphasize the benefit package we have. We have one of the strongest benefit packages in our area. So I think at the end of the day, it's rough right now, but we'll be okay. And I think that we've made adjustments. It has affected business, of course. You can't open every venue the way you want to. You have to make good decisions when it comes to what are the peak times. How do you accommodate your hotel guests? How do you maintain your food and beverage department when you don't have as many cooks as you need? So I think, like everybody else, we are making adjustments. We are a fairly large facility, so it does require a lot of people. And again, we try to make sure that we're safe at the same time. We don't want to overwork people. We have a lot of heat advisory in our area right now. So there's all kinds of different factors that are playing into staffing issues. But yeah, we are having a hard time. The job fair did help us. We are making some additional adjustments in this next fiscal year. And again, just focusing on what we do have to offer, because I think we do have a great package.
Do you think that this issue will extend into next year, or you think it's going to resolve itself by the end of the year?
I think that we do have to make adjustments, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. Again, conversations about what's happening. People are getting used to are living on a one-income household again. Adjustments are being made, and people are living different lifestyles. But the thing is that people are still coming to gamble, so we still have to evolve and make it fit. And again, it's just reevaluating your business model. What is the best way that you can efficiently run your business while maintaining the demand and supply for what's around you and what people want to see. I think that it is going to be an issue for most for a very long time. I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon. I just seen, fast food industry, they're starting to offer benefit packages. So signing bonuses, all the things that people are trying to do, it's not necessarily working. So again, the workforce has changed, and I don't think it's gonna go back. I think it's gonna be an adjustment that everybody's gonna have to make.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that there's been a real assessment of how we work, where we work, how many hours, who works in the family. I think you're correct at that, and you're right. You have to change just your business model. Tell me a little bit about how you're planning for next year. Do you have a lot of contingencies in there just because everything is so up in the air?
Again, we've been planning, and we've been looking at how we reopened our casino hotel. We've made so many adjustments along the way with our marketing plan, our entertainment lineup. I think regardless of your plan and your intent, you have to be willing to reevaluate, and it's more, you're not evaluating on a quarterly basis anymore. You're evaluating it more regularly, monthly. Yeah. And you're talking to your team, and you're finding out what's happening around you. A lot of people in our area have brought entertainment back, and we have not. And again, it just goes back to what's happening around us in our community, the effects that it's caused, with the uptick in COVID cases in our area. We don't want to be contributing factors to that. We want to stay open for the long run. We don't want to have to close our doors back up if we affect our community. So again, those marketing plans, all of the budget process, everything that you're doing and you're planning for, you have to be willing to be flexible, and communication is going to be key to that. And making sure all of the right players are informed of what you're doing, why you're doing it. In addition to our tribal government, our gaming regulatory body, everybody that's involved, even down to our frontline team members, how we're communicating to them. I think that again, we've had to stay strong in the fact that we have to be flexible, and we have to be able to communicate those changes as needed.
Letisha, very well said. I agree with you on all these points. I think there's nothing like being too safe, and you're right. You don't want to shut your doors down because the virus is spread to the tribe. The other thing too is I agree with you on the workforce. I think people have reflected on how they're working. We just have to change. And like you said, you're assessing thing on a monthly basis.